All right, Mr. KG joining me for an activist investor take, Starboard Value and SBUX. Well, they have one thing in common, KG.
Yeah, definitely. We are seeing the shares up about 2% in early trading. There are reports that the Starboard Value Fund has actually taken a stake into SBUX here. Now, we do not know the extent of the stake, how large the stake is, and also any type of specific demands they are making for SBUX leadership. Now, we have seen some activists really trying to target this company like Elliott Management, and they're really trying to just turn it around, Oliver. If you kind of look at the stock price and the fundamental performance, it's been fairly lackluster over the last couple of years, and we have seen their strategy or their expansion strategy not being as profitable as we have seen it in the past, especially when you're looking at the weakness when it comes to China, and then also the input cost that it comes for coffee, as well as some of the other products that they have in their offering here. Now, once again, this is just something that has been a little bit new when it comes to SBUX, but they have been having positive commentary when it comes to the activists that they are dealing with, even noting in the last earnings announcement that the talks between Elliott have been constructive, and the proxy fight could actually occur if it does not secure another board seat, and that's going to be for Elliott. So if Elliott kind of fails, then there could be another proxy battle that's out there. So overall, we are seeing the shares up around 2%. But when we see these activists, sometimes it can take a year, 2 years in order for these companies to really turn it around. And that's really the goal for Starboard as well as Elliott right now.
Okay. Just a rough chart. SBUX hasn't been able to get anything going. Is it obvious to you what they should do? I mean, it seems like a lot of the narrative has been just kind of SBUX hands being tied after big Chinese expansion, then getting pushed out with a Luckin Coffee on every corner.
Yeah, I think probably refocusing on other emerging markets outside of China and then doubling down here in the United States. That's really where the margins are sitting at right now. It does appear that the Chinese consumer is really focusing on domestic brands across the board. It's not only when you're looking at coffee and SBUX, but also when you're looking at cars, BYD versus the Teslas. And so if that's going to be the environment that they're going to have to navigate through, it really doesn't make sense to continue to put dollars to work there. That has been a strategy in the past. They've seen a really quick turnaround time when it comes to profitability on new locations, but that's just not the case right now. So probably cutting some of their losses with some of those locations, and then obviously refocusing on some of the other markets, especially here in the United States, potentially Canada could be a tailwind for them. But it's going to take a long time, and they'll probably have to do a significant amount of write-offs in order to try to right this ship up.
All right. Starboard has also been in companies from GoDaddy to Bloomin' Brands, News Corp, mixed results so far. Bloomin' has been doing pretty poorly, but GoDaddy's been a pretty incredible stock, actually. So, all right, but maybe the stars align. Get it? Stars. All right, KG, what are you looking for real quick? Give me a 30-second take on the market here. Technical level-wise, what are you looking at?
Yeah, so I would say from a market standpoint, obviously we have the CPI and PPI print. Those are going to be the headlines. Market is already pricing in that those are going to come in fairly low. We might see a re-rating when it comes to the 10-year yields moving back to the upside, and we've had this positive correlation with higher yields and higher S&P 500. Right now, this is actually really the current area, the 5330 area, 5350 area is going to be a key area of resistance. Also 5400. I would also just note once again, the volume is still fairly light. Liquidity is very light, so we can continue to see some wild swings in this market. So hold on.
All right. Well, we're starting above 5350 here, so we got one thing going for us. But yeah, running into resistance pretty nearby. Thanks, Kevin Green.